Hi, everyone. This is Joe Gentili from Saroff Gentili LLP. Today, we have another exciting video on mandamus lawsuits with USCIS and using them as a way to combat immigration processing delays. One analysis I haven't seen many people discuss, and I happen to think it's an important one, is how does completion rate for USCIS relate to how successful a mandamus lawsuit is going to be? Meaning, is the mandamus lawsuit going to get you a decision in a relatively short amount of time after filing a lawsuit? Completion rate is essentially the average amount of time it takes USCIS to process a particular type of immigration petition. So, for instance, on average, if you're looking at EADs or travel documents, it takes USCIS on average between 12 and 15 minutes to process one of those. On the other end of the spectrum, there are some complicated investment visa petitions, like starting a regional center, that could take almost 35 hours for USCIS to process one of those petitions. This is a really wide range. And anecdotally, what I've seen in my law practice is that there seems to be a relationship that the shorter the amount of time it takes for USCIS to process a type of petition, the more likely it is that a mandamus lawsuit is going to be successful. So, for instance, EADs and travel documents, which take 12 to 15 minutes, those cases are typically successful when you file them. They usually get quick decisions out of filing those lawsuits. Some other categories that we've seen success with that have relatively short processing times include I-130s, I-485, so adjust status, N-400 citizenship applications. And I think there's a reason for that. The reason is that if I'm at USCIS and I have one of these petitions, let's use one of the really quick ones as an example. I have an EAD that I have to process. I get a lawsuit on it. I can process the EAD and get rid of the lawsuit, 12 to 15 minutes, or I could spend the time to defend the lawsuit, which I don't know how much time it takes them, but that will be hours. It won't be 12 to 15 minutes. If you look at the time between USCIS and the government lawyers that are defending the case. So there's a really strong incentive to just decide the EAD at that point, because it's just going to be much quicker to do that than it is to fight the lawsuit. And I think that animates a lot of the decision making as to which lawsuits get settled and people get a decision, and which ones get contested. Short processing times are not a guarantee of success. There's more factors at play than just how long it takes to process a case. However, from what I've seen, it does seem to be an important factor that tilts the odds in favor of the immigrant or non-immigrant that's filing the lawsuit. So I hope this was useful. I think it's a new way to look at these lawsuits, or at least a new way to explain them that I haven't seen many people use this to explain. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And if you found this video useful, I encourage you to subscribe for future ones. Thanks.